Okay, Jack, thanks a million for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're very welcome. Could you start off by telling me a little bit about the nature of your business, your role within the business, and what you're doing here at Intersec this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the Regional Sales Director for Dell EMC OEM and IoT Solutions Group. So that's a bit of a mouthful.
Okay.
So what we do is we work with OEM customers. So within Dell EMC, our department has been around for about 20 years. So we're a global team, and ultimately the customers we work with, they are looking to bring their own products to market.
Okay.
So what we will do is they will get their own IP, they will integrate that with our hardware products, our services, and then they will bring that product to market themselves. So the type of customers that we'd be working with in the security and surveillance space will be customers like a Vigilon or Indigo Vision, where we are actually building that appliance for them in our factory, and then they sell that as their own product to their customers.
Okay, excellent. You mentioned before we got started, you've been exhibiting here a couple of years.
Yep.
What was it that attracted you to this particular region? What opportunities did you see?
Yeah, so I think that there's, from a surveillance perspective, it's all about, for us, it's all about the growth in data. So we're just seeing the growth in data really exploding, and in this region more so than any of the other regions. I think there's a lot of that around the regulations of how long, from a retention perspective, from frame rates, from the quality of picture that needs there. So as a result, the data expansion is immense in this region.
Okay.
And then obviously we're seeing things like different types of cameras. So in the past there was a camera over a door or on a pole, but now you've got cameras on drones, wearable cameras, in cars, and again that's all driving that data growth. So from a Dell EMC perspective, we love data, so this region is a natural fit for us.
Okay, excellent. I suppose talk to me then a little bit about obviously the rapid changes in technology that you've experienced over the last couple of years. How has that impacted your business internally, and I suppose the opportunities externally that you see arising over the next couple of years?
Yeah. So from a technology perspective, the opportunities are immense. So what we're seeing is, and again it kind of comes back to the data that we're capturing. So first of all, there's the change in technology that allows us to capture that. So the different camera streams, etc. We then have products like our Dell Edge Gateway. And what our Dell Edge Gateway does is it actually can analyze the information that's captured on the edge without sending it back to the data center.
Okay.
And that allows you to make more real-time decisions. So if something happens, you can actually respond to it in real time. So products like that are really helping drive the technology products like that are really helping drive the growth in the industry.
Right.
Of course, the other thing that we're seeing is the analytics software that goes in on top of things like edge gateways or onto the VMS. So the growth in analytics is phenomenal. This is things like people tracking, facial recognition, number plate recognition. If there's a left luggage now in an airport, this now all gets captured by the CCTV cameras, and an alert is sent straight away if something is, unmanned for 30 seconds. So those kind of changes in the industry are driving huge demand. So it means that you need more powerful compute power because the GPU requirements for facial recognition are much stronger. So it all just drives and fuels the growth of what is required from a product perspective. And obviously as a result then it drives new and innovative technology from the people who are designing the facial recognition and the tracking software. So it all kind of comes into one big ecosystem where we're all benefiting from it.
Right, okay. Yeah. So talk to me then about how, clearly you're very aware of the market trends that are happening at the moment. How is Dell positioning itself to take advantage of these opportunities?
Yep. So from a Dell EMC perspective, we would have a very strong partner ecosystem, and I think that that's what's required for a lot of these security projects that are happening. So I mentioned earlier customers like a Vigilon and Indigo Vision, where it's a straightforward OEM sale. So we would always develop new products that help those customers bring their product to market. So we have rugged servers, we have extended life servers that don't go end of life when normal products do, we have global support, etc. So we're positioning ourselves with our OEMs to give them unique OEM products that help them build their solution. But then we also have our channel partner ecosystem. And this is where you have local partners like, for example, SecureTech, who have very good IT knowledge, very good security knowledge, and they're almost able to act as consultants to the end user while using the Dell technology. So we are building out that ecosystem. And then there's a third type of partner, which is the technology partners. and they're the people who have a unique technology. So take somebody like Milestone, who have the world's leading VMS.
Right.
They work with us where we will certify the Milestone VMS on a set reference architecture of a Dell server, so they can go to their partners and say, hey, if you're buying hardware, go to Dell, buy this exact spec, and you'll get a better performance from a server. So we can now put 700 cameras on on a single server that's certified by Milestone, reducing the cost to the integrator. They have to buy less hardware basically because our engineering teams have worked together. So those kind of three different strands of how we're cooperating with partners and technology is really helping our customers and our partners.
Okay, excellent. Something I just want to pick up on is partners. How important is it for you to have partners on the ground here to be working with in the region?
Without partners, we wouldn't succeed. It's as simple as that. From a Dell EMC perspective, we 100% of our business is through partners. That's the go-to-market model in this region. So we have different types of partners. Some act as distributors, but then we have some hand-selected partners from an OEM perspective. I mentioned SecureTech earlier, where we would actually look across the existing channel partners in Dell and see who has the right expertise to work with the OEM group. And we would then handpick them based on their expertise. But without that local knowledge and the kind of the feet on the street, we wouldn't be opening up as much doors as we do. We have our own sales guys, but they just give us an extra arm and an extra reach into the region. Okay.
Talk to me a little bit about the challenges that you've faced growing your business over the last couple of years, and maybe some of the challenges that you think you can turn into opportunities over the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think certainly in this region the biggest challenge has been some sort of kind of it's unpredictable, I guess, is the way of putting it. So a lot of deals that we would be working would maybe not land when we thought they were going to land, or budgets might get pushed. So in the past, it was a lot more predictable. If there was a deal on the table and it was going to close in January, it would close in January, worst case February, and we were all happy. Some deals are starting to kind of push out a bit, so the reliability on when deals closes is impacted. So that is a challenge. But the pipeline itself is growing. So because of some of the same reasons that are causing deals to be pushed are the reasons that are causing more deals to actually be on the table in the first place. So it is actually turning it into an opportunity from that perspective. But I think the kind of unreliability of timelines is probably the biggest challenge that we face.
I want to just talk a little bit about the Middle East as a region. There's an apparent slowdown going on at the moment. Is that having an impact on your business, or is that an issue for your company?
I think that at the moment it's there is a slowdown in the region, but ultimately, while our market share is very strong, there is always room to grow our market share. So unless we're 100% of the market, then in my view, we always have room to grow. So we just need to be better than the competition, and we believe we are. So I think there's still plenty of opportunity, even though it's a declining market. But what we are seeing is that by bringing the unique products that we have from the OEM group, and in this region, we've only been working in this region for the last 2 years from an OEM perspective, we are seeing increasing opportunities. So the type of products that we have on the OEM portfolio are things like we have a rugged server, which we're seeing a lot of traction in kind of military and defense. We have a marine certified server and workstation and networking. So again, if you're doing any kind of offshore oil and gas, these products are pre-regulated, off-the-shelf systems, which is dramatically lower cost than going to somebody and asking them to custom build it. We have NEB certified servers for the telco space, so we have a lot of different kind of strings to our bow within the OEM arena that allow us to not only lock in the customers that we're dealing with and the partners, but actually go and beat the competition with those offerings. So it's a tough place, but we're having fun anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's fantastic. A lot of the companies I'm talking to over the last couple of days, Africa is a big topic. Is this something that you guys are looking at, or do you see any trends or opportunities existing in that market, or is the Middle East something you're staying focused on at the moment?
No, absolutely. So we have a team in Africa as well. So it is a huge focus for us. It's just such a massive region, huge opportunity there. We're seeing from an Africa perspective, what we are seeing is a lot of IoT opportunities coming along. So the OEM group also manages the IoT strategy within Dell. The reason for that is, the historical OEM customers will be people like Honeywell,
Right.
who are doing kind of industrial automation, and they've really been doing IoT for a long time. They just called it something different.
Right,
So they're the early adopters of IoT, and that's why the OEM team are involved.
Okay.
And when you look at Africa, a lot of the projects that are coming on board, because it's almost like more of a kind of a clean slate. When you're going in there, they can start with IoT projects.
Right.
So if there's investment going to happen, it's almost always new investment as opposed to adding on to investment that's already there. So you can actually go straight in with IoT projects, especially in things like education, in voting registration systems. So we have a lot of opportunities where in some of the rural areas of Africa, they have to pre-register for any of the elections. So we would have a solution with some of our partners where you'd have a fingerprint recognition, an iris scanner, and you would essentially pre-register, and you'd get a docket so that when you come back to vote 3-6 months later, you have to have that docket that matches your fingerprint, that matches your iris, to eliminate any kind of wrongdoing in rigging elections or whatever may happen. But they're the kind of opportunities that we have out there. So there's huge potential in that region, definitely one we're focusing on.
Okay, excellent. One final question for you. Obviously you're exhibiting at Intersec, it's part of your marketing strategy for future growth over the next couple of years. What else are you doing outside of this particular show to grow your business, to get that brand awareness of what you're doing here in the market?
Yeah, I think first of all, shows like this are absolutely key. So we were here last year, it was hugely successful. Our return on investment, we blew it out of the water. So
Fantastic.
it was, we were first to sign up, this year when it came around again. So it's really great. We do work with a lot of our partners also. So it's all around enabling our partners to be able to deliver the message from an OEM perspective and an IoT perspective. So we would invest heavily back into our partners from that perspective. We always have a lot of kind of customer advisory councils as well to ensure that we're getting first-hand feedback from the customers in this region as to how they see the market going and how we can, maybe design different products or have different roadmaps to tie into what it is they're looking at. So we do invest very heavily in that as well. So they're the kind of things that we will be doing. It's really about talking to our partners and talking to our customers to see how they can help get the message out there as well.
Okay, excellent. Jack, thanks a million for joining me today. Really appreciate it. All the best with Intersec this year.
Thanks very much.
Great. Thank you. Cheers.